Ching. This Xbox. Please go back into the game. It's like updating shit, and it's like not even telling me that's updating shit. What the actual fuck? As Vodka says, what the actual fuck? Like, apparently now it's update. Like, I'd audio check. If the game would go in, please. That would be great. If it would go into the actual game. There we go. Now, I don't know why everything's being so... Everything's just being extremely slow here tonight. On my end, for some reason. I can't eat, like... So many technical stuff. Stuff just loading extremely slow. My audio's already... Game audio's already cutting in and out. Fuck's sakes, EA. Okay. Hear myself loud and clear there. Sorry for all that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting night of PGR League Racing. I'm your host, Sidonia Muse. Tonight, for, I believe, the 8th race of our season so far, we're going to be racing in Bahrain. A track that, on surface level, is very simple, but has some very unforgiving curbs and turns that could put an end to some of our drivers' races tonight. But before all that, we're going to have two pre-race interviews with two of our drivers. First being Love to Smoke, who is one of our AlphaTauri drivers. And then we're going to have the league admin himself, Slim Fug, who's driving with Ferrari, come in for the second interview. So first, let's get Smoke in here. Alright, make sure you got your audio included. Let's just do a quick sound check just to make sure I got you there. So, let me see if that comes through. Included it. Try disable it and re-enable it. My Xbox has just been having a dumpster fire here tonight. Like, that time, it was like literally like starting updates without my permission and just like having a mind of its own there.
Is it working now? Tried it again.
Yeah, I got you now, buddy. Perfect. Alright. Hi, man. How you doing tonight? I know from talking, in our practice sessions and casual games, 5-lappers and all that you're not a big fan of this track tonight. Can you explain a little what it is that you're not a big fan of? Like, is it like a certain sector? A couple turns.
I can't really particularly, nail it why I don't like it. I just hate this track with a passion. Just something about it I just don't like. I don't like some of the turns. I don't know what it is. I hate it. It's just what it is. I'll never like it. I'd rather be doing Monaco, in my opinion. But, we got too many people in our league are afraid to do it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I hear ya. Everyone got that track that they hate. Or people might like it, they hate. Me personally, it's Coda, Circuit of the Americas, but
yeah, that one ain't too good either. That might be second. But yeah.
For sure. So obviously, to anyone who doesn't know, you got a grid penalty, so you're going to be starting from the back due to what happened in the sprint race last week at Austria. About these sprint races, because we started doing them last season, and then we've added, I think we're gonna have 4 more this season coming. What do you think about sprint races? The one we had last week and the inclusion of them in general.
I'm a big fan of sprint races. If it was up to me, we would have one every other week. But that's just not the way it's going to be. But like I said, I like it. I'm a big fan. I like it because it brings a little more to the table, and also it gives other people in our league a chance to actually, score some points. And then because of the sprint race, people are going to press hard just so they could get a better, qualifying position, which leaves the door open for other people who might not qualify high. They get that chance to get up there. So I enjoy it. Whether I start in the back or I start up front, regardless, I think it's fun.
Yeah, I agree. Very fair point there that it gives certain people a chance to get points. So even if their race, even if they lose control of their car and the race goes badly for them, they had the sprint race.
Yeah, exactly. They still get something, and they still get to feel like they're a part of their team. Get to still bring something to your team instead of just crashing out and then that's it. So I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. How have you felt about your performance so far this season, man, and the season as a whole so far? These first 8 races.
Trash. To be honest with you, I'm very disappointed. I expect more of myself, like I've always said. If you ain't first, you're last. And obviously, I'm not even close to that right now. I can't seem to be able to pull a whole race together. I'll either start off, decent and then spin. It's just little things here and there. It's the same with my teammate. He's such a great driver, and we're both just having, difficulties putting it all together. And I believe if we were able to put it together, it would be a whole different ball game. But as of right now, we're still going to keep, pushing forward throughout the whole season and just keep on trying to improve. That's the best we can do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's rough. This game, even though it's 2 months out or whatever, actually probably even more than that now, almost 3 months out, and still has so many issues that are affecting people's consistency. Even just that time before you joined the party, I'm just here sat at the main menu and my audio was cutting out a little bit, so it is what it is, man. It's hard. I get you, but you guys definitely got it though. It's still definitely a fight between you and Ferrari that's going on right now. So
yeah, we're gonna try. Like I said, even though I hate the track, I'm never gonna give up. I'm still gonna do my best. I'm still gonna put forth the best effort I can, to help my team in any way possible. We just gotta, hopefully tonight we just gotta hope a couple things fall our way, and I believe we'll be all right.
For sure, man. That's I was gonna ask you a few more questions, but I think that might be a good spot to wrap it there, because that's a positive note going into the race, something to hold on to, and I don't want to keep the guys waiting. I still got to interview Slim, so
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate it, bro.
To hold up the show, but yeah, thanks for joining me tonight, man, for this quick little interview. I'd be crazy if something, it's me, man. I've been in your corner, man. I was pissed at Brazil. I was pissed at Brazil. I've been in your corner.
We've had some very tough times, so trust me.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard being a Smoke fan this season, but it's only a matter of time. So
yeah, we'll pull it together.
Could be the night.
Hopefully.
Could be a couple weeks from now. We'll see. But anyways, man, yeah, you have a good race, brother. Good luck.
Right,
let's see how far you climb.
Oh yeah, I'm coming. So just so everybody, whoever's listening, I know we have a few guys in here listening. Get the fuck out my way. Got me starting in the back. Yeah, Smoke ain't playing. I'm kind of pissed off. So I'm not.
Yeah, you're not playing tonight.
Nah. So.
No.
Yeah, but thank you. Have a good one, and I'll see you afterwards, hopefully,
all right.
On the podium.
Hopefully. All right.
All right.
Cheers, man.
Yep.
And that's one of our AlphaTauri drivers, Smoke there. Really nice guy. Have been having a bit of a rough patch this season. But hopefully he can turn things around going into the midpoint of the season. Coming up over the next few weeks. But before we get into our qualifying session, let's get Slim Thug, the admin of the league, in here for a quick interview. And as always, we are a wheel only, no assists Xbox League here in PGR. We race 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday night. So there's still a couple of grid spots opening. So if you want a spot, message Slim on Discord or Xbox, and he'll be sure to hook you up with one of our few remaining spots on the grid. As we wait for Slim to join, his team Ferrari currently leads the constructors. Him and Pete the Newfie, who is our reigning champ from last season. He's back defending his title this season. And he's also currently leading the drivers. So things have been going Ferrari's way pretty well so far this season. And there's Slim. I'm just gonna do a quick little audio check because that time it took a second for us to get Smokes straightened away. Oh yeah, no worries. Let's see if I can. What worked for I still don't hear you in the stream. What worked for Smoke was try disable, like uncheck the box in the party and then like check it again. That worked for him. After he did that like once or twice and it worked. So yeah, just do that and then like say something after that. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. I'll see if I can hear you there now. Oh, you're having trouble with getting the crossplay players in the lobby? Just try it one more time. If not, I'll I'll try the other way that worked. Yeah, let's try it one more time. If that doesn't work, I'll just re-invite you to the party. That happened with Sean. That worked for Sean once. For some reason. It's just stupid Xbox.
Yep.
It's just stupid
I just
Xbox.
unclicked it and clicked it again. I don't know if I'm back with your audio. Twitch.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Nice.
I got you now.
Excellent.
I got you now. There we go. All right, man. So, how, as the league admin of PGR, if anyone doesn't know,
Yes, sir.
I haven't said it enough. So far, do you think it's been better than the last? And if so, why?
I think this has probably been one of the most exciting seasons that we've had, being season 8 here. And I say that because, even through the first 6 races, we had 5 different winners. We've never had a stretch of races like that where we had 5 different winners in 6 races. Pete started to put the pedal down a little bit the last couple of races, but like I said, having that diverse of winners so early, I think, has made it exciting. And then, I think the new regulations, some of these guys are still struggling with the new cars, and some of us it kind of fits our driving style, so we've been a little better. But I do think it has been one of the more exciting seasons so far.
Yeah, I agree. When it comes to some of the guys, I think someone who's finally starting to get it now, that we've seen the past 2 races, in my opinion, is Firewater. I think Firewater is really starting to come back to form, because he had a really rough race at Brazil, but the past couple between that, like Miami and Austria, he's been really solid. So so like you said, so there's been those guys who haven't had much time with the game, as much as some other guys, and have been really struggling, because it's a completely different feel. Like, I know that you're a veteran to these games. You've had PGR going for a long time, several years. Even before that, you played the older games, and it's completely different. Like, I've gone back to play 2016 recently, and the cars and everything, like your braking points, everything, like the turning, it's all completely different than it is in any of the recent games.
I think everything, and the way I really treat these when you go to a new game, we try to do 2 seasons in each game, so it's like that first season you're kind of getting used to the cars, and then that second season you're really pushing it hard and trying to really see what you can get out of it performance-wise. But I do think every time they come out with a new game, a new driving model, or handling, dynamics, plus the cars are all different. All these previous cars had downforce that was mainly coming from up top, or the wings or the sideboards, where a lot of the downforce here is coming from the ground effects on these cars. So I do think it's been a big change, and I think it's been a good change, to be honest.
Nice, man, nice. And I was just talking to Smoke about this, but last week at Austria, we had our first sprint race of the season, and you've decided to add 4 more sprint races coming up in the calendar. What was it that made you to decide to add even more sprint races this season than last season?
Sorry, I was taking a sneeze there. I think anybody could tell you the sprint races have been some of the most exciting races when it comes to it. Not just only the sprint races themselves, but the way that it affects the grid for the main race. And going forward. So I think we've had some amazing battles and interesting races that have come from that, and I think people are really excited to watch the sprint races. A lot better and more exciting than just watching a standard qualifying, watching basically 2 races back to back. So I do think it's great for the drivers, fun for us, we enjoy it, great for the viewers to watch the 2 races instead of the regular qualify. And then even following in the footsteps of regular Formula 1, which we do try to mimic a lot of their regulations. And they're going to be adding, they said, arguably 5 or 6 going forward. So we're just kind of, jumping ahead of that right now.
Perfect, Ben. And to anyone who's watching, you could view the full VOD of last week's race on our YouTube channel. PGR now has a YouTube channel. We always post highlights and full VODs every week for the races that we do, in case you miss anything, since Twitch now deletes stuff even quicker. if it's not highlighted. So it's of utmost importance to preserve stuff like that. So you can go back and watch it anytime. But as for tonight, talking about tonight, how are your thoughts on Bahrain? And do you feel like you have pace here?
This is one of my tracks. I love this track. I definitely do have pace here, but I am on a brand new wheelbase that I've only had set up for 2 days, and I've barely done any practice. New wheelbase, a new set of pedals. The only thing that's the same is my actual F1 wheel. So I do think it's going to take me a little bit of time to actually adjust to this actual new wheelbase. It's a big difference from my old base. So I was telling the guys, this is one of my tracks. I do have pace here, but tonight I'm just looking to keep it solid, see if I can finish and get some points, and then look to basically, our break is next week, so we have a little bit of time off before our next race, and I'll be looking to spend some time in the simulator and basically sharpen my skills on the new base going forward.
Great, man. That's amazing to hear that you're still so motivated at the game after all these years. Just right quick, just in the middle of this right now, I still need an invite to the game.
Yep.
So I can spectate, and because I know you haven't started yet anyway, because I know you've been having trouble adding those.
Yep, even after this interview, I'm going to go and try to sort that out real quick, because we're still having trouble getting the PC players in here right now.
Okay. Oh yeah, no worries. I only got 1 or 2 questions left for you, man.
Yep.
Is there anyone in particular, who's these final 2 questions kind of go hand in hand? I was going to ask about podium and anyone you're excited about battling. In terms of what you've seen so far in the practice session before, who's kind of looking quick here tonight? Who should we watch out for?
Like I said, I think you still got to watch out for my teammate. I think Pete has been putting his foot down these last couple of races, trying to separate himself. I think you still got to watch out for Larry Turd. I think he had himself a couple of rough races, but I know he's going to put it together and get himself either a win or a podium. And then, you got to watch out for Benzo. Those are always guys. And then, like you said, Firewater, if we can get him added in here, he's one of our PC players. If we can get him added in here, I think he's really starting to collect some steam, like me and you were talking about earlier. So, I think, any of those guys could get it. And honestly, to be honest, Vodka is another guy that has been gaining a lot of steam. He's second in the standings right now. It wouldn't surprise me if you see him up there on the podium tonight.
Yeah, very reminiscent of Benzo last season. Is what I've been comparing it to with Vodka. But yeah, you're right. Pete last weekend. That was a Pete the Newfie masterclass last weekend in Austria. That was crazy, the gap that he had going there. That was like a Lewis Hamilton gap.
Yeah, he's been putting down some serious pace. He really has been. And like I said, for the first 6 races, we had 5 different winners, but the last couple of races, he's been trying to establish himself. And we've got some great tracks coming up here on the schedule, so especially after the break. So it should be an exciting rest of the season, to be honest.
It should, yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. I think most of the races so far this season have been really exciting. I think with Miami, we were still kind of just working out the kinks and everything, and a lot of the guys still aren't familiar with the track yet, and it's a bit, it's not everyone's favorite. I like Miami, but racing a track and spectating it are 2 completely different things, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess that's what it really comes down to.
No, I agree.
But
it definitely is.
But yeah, so that's all the questions I had. To anyone who's unaware, like we said, next weekend there's not going to be any. We're taking a week off.
Yep.
We're taking a Saturday off. But then when we come back, we'll be back with Imola and Jeddah after that, I believe. So really looking forward. Those are 2 amazing tracks. Really looking forward to that. And Slim, as always, man, you've done so much for this league. With the keeping track of the Discord, keeping it all organized, and the standings, keeping them updated. I gotta give hats off to you, man. Props to that for keeping this ship afloat.
No, I appreciate it, man. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of work behind the scenes too, as you know. So I really appreciate that, and you've been doing a great job as well. I mean, really adding a totally different feel to the race, and obviously having the videos and everything you've been doing streaming-wise has been helping us out a lot, so we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, and as always, I know streaming can fuck up people's races. It can like cause issues with their wheel and lag and stuff, but I'm always open. If anyone has a clip of them reacting to something that happened during a race, I'm always willing to slap it in the highlight reel if it fits, you know?
Yes, sir. I think that's always awesome.
I'd like to see more people, following Vodka and Slavage's footsteps with that. That'd be really sick. But anyways, man, yeah, it looks like we're finally going to be getting stuff underway here, so I appreciate you joining me. Good luck tonight. Hopefully, I know you had a rough race last week at Austria. Hopefully, your base, it comes down to the base. Hopefully the base holds out for you, and it's not just
last week
uncontrollable.
I was pushing it. I was pushing it on edge to fight with that group that I was with. Made an unforced error. So I'm definitely going to try to avoid that tonight. But, with this new base and me being on edge with the new base, we'll see. Like I said, I'll try to get some points and do the best I can for the team.
Awesome. Well, good luck, man. You have a good race, bro.
All right, appreciate that. I'm going to try to add these PC guys in.
Yeah, for sure, man. Tell Pete to keep me updated on how it goes.
Will do.
If there's delays or something. If there's a delay or something.
Will do. I think there's going to be a small delay.
Okay. And that is Slim, who is the admin of PGR, who's kept this ship going all these seasons. Now we're at season 8. And we're just waiting on our last couple of drivers to join us tonight. Who are on crossplay, playing on PC. One of them being Gator, who actually finished in the top 4 at both Miami and the last race, Austria. So he is someone to watch in the Alfa Romeo if we can get him in here. He has definitely been making strides. He still getting used to the game, but he's getting more used to it now. So there is going to be a few minutes delay to anyone watching the stream. There's going to be a few minutes of nothing here as we're just waiting for the crossplay guys to successfully get into the lobby. But as we can see, we have a huge grid here with us tonight. Oh, and here they are now. Perfect. Gator and Firewater. Huge grid here. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Looks like we got at least 15 guys here tonight. Wow. Even more than expected. Probably only have 12, 13, but we got 15. Looks like. Wow. Nice. Pretty much almost everyone is here. So like I said, there are still a couple openings, guys. I believe there's still an opening on like I said, oh, is that someone just joined in on Alfa Romeo? We just had a bunch of random. I see Stoney Stewart there. He's meant to be in the Mercedes right now. I guess the lobby was not put on closed. It looks like there were some randoms that joined, unfortunately, that need to get out of here. As they're currently taking Stoney's car from him. Stoney is meant to be in the Mercedes. Oh god, my game audio is cutting like crazy since those guys joined. They gotta get out of here, bro. They're not meant to be here. That's for sure. Whoever is the host, which I believe is Slim, yeah, needs to start kicking these guys. Very unexpected. guy in the Alpha is gone. Just need to get the Mercedes guys gone right now. But even then, it's still going to be 16 guys on the grid, which is a lot. It's more than we last season. We did not have this many people consistently showing up. So that's great to see that we've had such a turnout here tonight. Definitely something to take away from it all. But yeah, while we're waiting, let's just do a quick rundown of our drivers, as always, if anyone doesn't know. So, leading team in the constructors and the drivers right now, we have Pete, Danufi, and Slim on Ferrari. On Haas, we have Doyle and Firewater. Doyle is here tonight. He hasn't been here a couple races, so that's cool to see Doyle here again. One of our newer guys. Still getting used to no assists. Then we have Abrupt and Bad Madu on Williams. Great Ace and Benzo on McLaren. As we said earlier, Smoke in the interview, Smoke and Larry on Alpha Tauri. Vodka and Greybush, who is I Do Tattoos, on the Red Bull. To anyone who watched last season when he was also with Red Bull. Slingshot and Slavage in the Alpines. Stoney in the Mercedes. This other guy needs to go. This other random needs to go. He's not Ghost Mercenary. He was Stoney's teammate, but he's not here. And Gator in the Alfa Romeo. So, yeah. So once this other Mercedes guy gets out of here, we'll be good to go. Sorry for the delays, everyone. Because we were trying to, I guess they had to open the lobby to get these PC guys in, and then these randoms all joined, I guess. That's what happened. So hopefully we can get all this stuff sorted out. Perfect. There we go. We got the last guy out. I think we're all set here now. Yeah, we're gonna start. Perfect. It's like we're looking at 29 laps here in Bahrain tonight. This track, even at night, always has really hot tire temps. Your tires are almost always on fire here, so you really got to be careful. That's why some of these curbs can really kill you here on this track. But before that, just announced, guys, fucking Xbox notification. It really wanted to tell me. Just announced, folks. Roblox's rating has been updated to teen by the ESRB. This is huge news. Xbox had to let me know this. Roblox's rating has been updated to teen by the ESRB. Kim Kardashian must have won her lawsuit. Holy shit. Wow. Crazy stuff there. But anyways, if the guys could ready up, we should be able to get things underway here momentarily. And while we're waiting for the guys to start and get into our short qualifying session, I am going to be back in just a minute, so bear with me, folks. And I'm back. Sorry about that, folks. I wonder if we're getting things underway here now. It looks like I don't see Firewater here now. I don't know if they need to re-add him, get him back in here. This has been a really slow start tonight, folks. My apologies for all that's happened here. Did we finally get him back in? Or what? Yes, we did. Okay. Got Firewater back in here. I think we're good now. Right, guys? Can we start? Looks like it, yep. Finally getting things underway here. Thank goodness. Bahrain. As we saw from our interviews, this track is a very controversial one here tonight. It's not everyone's favorite track, but some people do really like it. So we'll just have to see how it goes for good old Smoke, starting from the back with that grid penalty. Like we said earlier, currently Pete the Newfie is leading our driver championship, followed by Vodka and Benzo and Larry. For them, we're just bringing up our top four. So the question is, will this be another solid dominating Pete the Newfie dub here tonight, or someone else rise up and keep this championship competitive? That's what we're waiting to see. Because last season in PGR, Stoney Stewart, who was under a different tag at the time, he actually won last season. So who knows? Maybe will Stoney show up again? Who really knows, right? But regardless, it's not the same because the competition is a lot more serious here this season. It's very tight. But regardless, let's hop on. I think one of the McLarens just left the pit there, it seemed to me. Or not. Maybe it wasn't one of the McLarens. Who was it? It was Vodka. And the Red Bull. Vodka always loves heading out early. That's something he's always been a fan of. Now the question is, why can I not? There we go. Wasn't letting me swap angles there for a second. We're all good there now. So we're just gonna wait. Hop on board with Vodka, and I would say, is that Doyle? Yeah, it looks like Doyle already on the first turn having some issues. It's looking like it might be a rough night for Doyle here. But we'll wait and see, who knows. Lots of guys already on their laps going for their first, gonna post their first time. Vodka is gonna be the first one to post a time if he can stay on track. He will be the first one to post a time, so we're gonna hold on with him now for the time being. Going a bit wide there. See what he can do. Starting now. Here he goes. He crosses the line, and Vodka Victory starts his hot lap. We're going to hop on board with him and see how he takes his first turn. Very important turn on the track. And he does it perfectly. Doesn't break too late. Very easy to break too late there. Not careful. Just wait and see. As you can see, Doyle's starting a lap there now. He's going to be the second person, followed by, it looks like, we got a Williams and an Alpine and Firewater and the other Haas coming next. So we'll hop back to them once Vodka's lap is done. And we'll check out what kind of pace they got. Yellow in Sector 1. Looks like Doyle immediately going off there again. Really having trouble with that first turn. I don't blame him. No traction control. Not easy. Ooh! As a McLaren there. Was that? A slingshot's gone off on the grass. We saw here. Great ace. One of the McLarens there, I think it might have been Benzo, was coming told there too. Lots of issues going on here, as we can already tell in this qualifying. Let's see if Vodka's time posts. As we got more yellows back in Sector 3. The McLaren's really having some issues. Yep, Vodka's going to post at 1:31.7. First time of the race. Let's hop back to the McLarens who are coming around here now. But they got yellow flags, but I don't really know how good it's going to be for them. Everyone else who was behind Vodka still hasn't posted. Due to issues, like I said, Slingshot was completely off track, so his isn't going to post. Flavage still in the pits. So Bad Madu is coming around the track. He's on his hot lap here now. He was the Williams that we mentioned earlier. Looks like he has the lighting on his livery there looks phenomenal. Doyle's gonna at least get a time on. That could put him a couple spots above other people. Let's see. Bamadu posts a time. Yes, he does. 1:38.7. Nowhere near Vodka's time, but at least it is a time. Firewater also posted 1:41.8. I think these guys really got screwed over by all these yellow flags going on. Vodka kind of got out ahead of it all. So it worked out for him. Here at Great Ace now. Just behind his teammate Benzo. Assuming both of them are on their hot laps together. So we'll see what they can do. More yellow flags and such. More times posted too. Both Ferraris, Pete and Slim, also posting times, but again, neither of them anywhere close to Vodka. I'm assuming due to either traffic or yellow flags. As we see both McLarens post, that's actually going to put Great Ace up in second for the time being. Him and Benzo, actually ahead of his teammate Benzo, both with 1:32s. That's going to put both McLarens ahead of both Ferraris for the time being. That's a sight to behold. Holy shit. But again, it all comes down to the fact there were so many yellow flags. Guys had to cut their speed. That might have had an impact there. As Larry also posted 1:32. Again, no one's got a 1:31. No one's close to Vodka yet. Vodka is still hold. Could this be Vodka Victory's second pole position in PGR? He had one at Baku. His first one in PGR. Will he get another? Ooh, Firewater's coming in to say, nah, bruv. Post nearly a full second faster. Gets the first 1:30 of the session. Here. In the Haas. So now Firewater's going for his first pole of the season. Most poles so far this season have been gotten by Pete. He's one of the faster. As you can see, Pete immediately next lap jumps all the way up to with a 1:30.6. This man is our reigning champ, undoubtedly one of, if not the fastest guy in the league. So we'll have to wait and see as Benzo, Mr. Benzo Slice, actually takes it from Pete. Says, you thought that 1:30 was good? Nah. 1:29.9. First sub 1:30 of the qualifying session. Now Benzo is up at the top currently. Let's see. Larry's lap currently invalidated, unfortunately. Who else is crossing here? Stoney's still yet to post the time. He's coming around here now. It's not gonna. If this does post, not gonna be a great time though for Stoney, unfortunately. Graybush is gonna get a time in. As you can see, Smoke just sitting in the pits as he knows he has to start from the back of the grid anyway. So he's probably not gonna have a time here. So it's really abrupt. Gator and Slavage that still need to get these times in. All of them on their outlaps here now. Doyle actually currently gone back into pits, but he has a faster time than Stoney and Graybush so far. So good stuff to Doyle. Shout out to Doyle, man. A faster time than Mercedes and the Red Bull right now. A lot of guys going into the pits, putting on a fresh set of softs, I imagine. So there are some guys coming around here. Benzo about to cross the line. He's going in the pits as well. Okay. And then we have a train here of Grace going a bit wide there, but then we have the Red Bull of Bad Madu losing control there. That's going to cause the yellow flag to come out there. Vodka just behind Alfa Romeo of Gator, who's about to start his hot lap. Vodka going into the pits as well. So we're going to hop on with Gator for his hot lap here now. To see what kind of time, if Gator can get a time posted here. As Stoney does, Stoney puts in a time, and it's a freaking great time. A 1:30.4 in the Mercedes is going to put Stoney up in second. This guy does not fuck around. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this man won here last season. Stoney Stewart won at Bahrain in PGR Season 7. It's one of his best tracks. So, if there's any track for him to have a great performance at, it's Bahrain. So, we'll see where he qualifies. This Gator goes a little wide there on the curb. But Benzo is still the only person to get a 129 so far in this first half of the quali. Gator though coming around here now. This man is a former champ in PGR. Keep that in mind. He's definitely not to be scoffed at. You have to keep an eye out for him, but this is not going to be the greatest time. But it is going to give him a time. It's going to put him just ahead of Slim there. As looks like Abrupt finally got a time in. Yes, Abrupt gonna move up right next to his teammate in the Williams, 141.5. Abrupt and Bad Madu have both been pretty close with each other so far this season. Both drivers have had their ups and downs, but Bad has had 2 podiums. And Abrupt hasn't had one yet. So Abrupt is definitely still shooting for his first podium of the season. Considering that he was third in the drivers last season. So we see Slavage now, our final driver who needs to post a time, finally got a time in as well. He slots right in between the 2 Williams. So it's not bad at all for him. Like we said, looks like both Ferraris are coming around here now. But yeah, like you said, both Williams actually not doing too bad here tonight. Again, still plenty of time to improve people's times. We're not going to count anyone out just yet. But Stoney and Benzo, whoever top 2 times, have still yet to come back out of the pits. As some weird shit going on there with the Ferraris. Looks like Slim had some issues there. So Pete has now gone on, started his next hot lap. So we're going to hold on with him for now, see if he can beat Benzo or Stoney's time. So the guy who likes backing the underdog in me is kind of hoping that it'd be cool to see Stoney get pole here. But who knows? The ball's in Benzo's court right now. He's kind of just chilling unless Pete can top it. Vodka is out as well, though. He's just behind Pete. Or, no, sorry, not Pete, Slim. He's just behind Slim. Pete currently up, like, ooh, coming in that turn, he was up 0.8. He might have lost some time there. It looked like he lost a bit of traction in his rear tires there. On that cursed turn there. That might have cost Pete the fastest lap there. He had a really bad final sector, I think. Will he get it though? Yeah, he still gets it though. Wow. So that's how Pete's... Wow. So he went purple in Sector 2 and free though. Wow. So that'll just tell you how great Peter's Sector 2 was there. That's still going to put him on top. Puts him a couple tenths faster than Benzo. His arch nemesis. His rival. Vodka Victory, though, is now going to start his next hot lap. Coming around here. He's currently sitting at 4th right now. With a Ferrari just ahead of him. .9.6. I don't know if Pete's going to be able to post a faster lap than that. That's looking like that's going to be the time to beat here. If anyone can compete with that. But Pete has just been on a level of his own in terms of pole positions. This season, Pete really has been the Charles Leclerc of qualifying in PGR. Ironic considering he's in the Ferrari. Well, it looks like Vodka's not really going to get anything out of this lap. It looks like he's just heating up his tires, getting ready to go for an actual good lap here. So we're just going to have to wait and see as I see a McLaren coming around. Great Ace is going to go again. He's still trying to improve his time. Slim now, he's up 0.6. He's getting ready to cross the line. He's going to make a big jump. And he does. He jumps up ahead of Gator there. Moves up a slot on the grid. Next person crossing the line. Abrupt's not going to take that time. Vodka going around. Vodka has now started a fresh lap. Looking to go again here. Benzo and Stoney are also both out on out laps now. They know that they have to try to beat Pete's time with 2 minutes left in the qualifying session. And Vodka did just go purple in Sector 1, so we're going to hold on with him. Yellow flag's coming out in Sector 2, though. That's the end in Sector 3. Lots of issues going on here, but Vodka did go purple in Sector 1, so we're going to hold on and see if he can, if this is going to be a great lap for him. But unfortunately, he goes purple in Sector 1, but then he spins. That might be the end of the qualifying session for Vodka Victory, unfortunately. Benzo Slice is going to cross the line, though. He's going to go again for one final lap, so we're going to hold on with Benzo here and see if he can potentially improve his time and take pole away from Pete, but he loses traction a little bit there on the first turn. That might cost him. That might be enough to just cost him right out the gate there. Unfortunately. Stoney up half a second on his time too. Stoney's not improving yet. Vodka is going to go one last time though. With 30 seconds left in the qualifying session, he's going to go one last time. You can see the drivers moving over for Vodka. the respect. You know, he's pushing right now. See Benzo. Oh, Benzo! No! Benzo has retired from the session. He knows he can't beat that time. Like you say, he lost too much time in that first sector, so that Benzo is done. He's currently sitting in second. Unless Vodka moves up. Here, I'll have to wait and see. I see Williams about to cross the line as well. I don't know if they're going into the pits though. I know, I think they're going to the pits there. Here comes Vodka coming around. He's not going to beat that time though, unfortunately, but yeah. Not gonna do any better. That's gonna be it for Vodka. Abrupt's got in the pits. He's not gonna get a better time. Slavage is up over half a second though. Slavage could improve here, so we're gonna hold on him. Last person to finish, I believe. It looks like Pete the Newfie will have another pole position. This man can't be stopped. He crosses the line. Slavage does save some time there, but he's still behind Bad Madu in 9th. And I think the final big move that we saw there was Larry. Larry moved up ahead of Abrupt there, actually. Larry in the Alpha Tauri is going to be starting the race in 5th, just behind Vodka. So that is the front of that is our grid for the race. Pete the Newfie starting from pole position. Benzo Slice in the McLaren, starting alongside, followed by Stoney in the Mercedes, Vodka in the Red Bull, Larry in the Alpha Tauri to make up our top 5 there. Abrupt in the Williams, Firewater in the Haas, Bad Madu in the Williams, both pretty solid there. Slavage in the Alpine, Great Ace in the McLaren, Slingshot in the Alpine, Slim in the Ferrari. And then Gator in the Alpha. Gator having some trouble here in Bahrain. Greybush in the Red Bull. Doyle in the Haas. And starting from the back due to his grid penalty is Smoke in the Alpha Tauri. Wow. So again, like you said, another pole for Pete. He pulled that lap out of his ass. Was really looking like Benzo's pole there for a bit. But I think the big person to keep an eye on here tonight, though, is Stoney. Like I said, he won here last season. He is coming in with a vengeance. He has still yet to have a podium. Stoney has still yet to have a podium finish here this season in PGR. So this could be his race here tonight. We'll have to wait and see. But again, one mistake, one little spin, and it's over. So he's going to have to drive a consistent drive. That's going to be the key thing now. He's starting in 3rd. He needs to be consistent. But as always, folks, this is when the drivers like to take their quick little 5-minute intermission to prepare for the race. So as always, I will see you guys in 5 minutes after the intermission. Alright, folks, and we're back after that quick intermission. Just gonna get my settings all set up here now so that we can see what everyone's running here as they do this quick little formation lap just to set the grid. So it looks like most drivers are opting to start on their mediums. However, we have a couple starting on the hards. We have Greybush, Firewater, Larry, and Pete the Newfie. Starting from pole, all four of them starting on the hards, so see how that works out for them. The different strategy, obviously, it's going to mean it's going to be a lot worse. It might end up being a lot worse of a launch for Pete. Might end up giving Benzo, Stony Vodka, one of them, the leader as Pete spins during the formation lap. What just happened? What? Pete just spun during the formation lap. Oh my god. That's not a good sign. That's, yeah. That's not a good sign for the Ferrari driver. He just spun in the middle of the formation lap. On the hards. I don't really know what to think about that. Gotta be honest. That is really not a good sign. It's looking like Stoney is shooting for a second win in a row here tonight at Bahrain. We'll have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see. He's had some trouble keeping consistent here this season. See here, Pete having to take his time now. Get into his position on the grid after that incident. For all that nonsense. But there we go. He's definitely going to have a rough start now. That's for sure. Hold on, Benzo here at the start. Here we go. And it's lights out and away we go. Here in Bahrain. Here at this exciting Desert GP. As Vodka's making a run up alongside the other guys here. We can't get a good view because, of course, you gotta put the shittiest camera angles on the first turn. But we get to see Vodka and Pete making contact. Vodka and Pete lose it. Benzo and Stoney are gonna pull away. Oh, fuck. Tons of contact there with Great Ace too. Great Ace and Pete falling down in the back. So now Vodka, Great Ace, and Pete have all fallen down to the back. Vodka and Stoney now go battling at the front. And I'm assuming there's no restart. I'm assuming we're just keeping on trucking. It's looking like there's no restart. It looks like we're just gonna keep going. But yeah, there was definitely an incident there. I didn't get to see the full incident. Hopefully someone sends me a clip because yeah, there was a lot of problems there with, I see some guys going wide there. Alpha Tower of Smoke going wide there. He's already moved his way up to 9th after all that shenanigans, though. He's going to drop down, though. Greybush moving up on him, though. Same with Gator. Yeah, Smoke losing a lot of positions there. Going alongside Slim now as well. Vodka's now all the way back in 13th. Pete in 15th. He started from pole, and now Pete is in 15th. Oh my goodness. Same thing with Slim and Ferrari. He's still falling behind. Grady's going alongside him. Grady's trying to regain some positions as well. Damn, dude. Benzo front there. What is going on tonight? See the AlphaTauri of Smoke going alongside his rival Slingshot. Trying to make the cut. Oh, almost went right into the Red Bull. Greybush. That was sketchy. There's Vodka Victory's now trying to gain on Smoke. Bit of a gap forming. Benzo is starting to form a gap on Stoney and Abrupt already. Now that Vodka and Pete have fallen behind, but yeah. Vodka went for a big move there on that first turn, and is now... Oh, Slavage has now gone off track. He's now falling all the way to the back. No Dr. Seuss rhyme intended. He's now falling in behind Doyle there, who was at the back before. Both Ferraris now behind each other. Lots of cars still all bunched together. We got Smoke here next to Slingshot and them. It goes a bit wide though. There for a second. Slavage does get ahead of Doyle there though. I just saw out of the corner of my eye. Pete's still right next to his teammate. He's going to get ahead of him there now though. Makes the pass successfully. Looks like. Yellow flag. Some yellow flags being passed by Doyle there. Graybush fall behind his teammate there now too. So we'll wait and see what happens with all this. But yeah, it's crazier so far. This is the race. Pete and Vodka. Oh, right at the back. What happened there? I honestly, I really need to see the clip of that. I gotta be honest. I really need to. As Great Ace loses some positions there to Pete and Smoke. He messed up there for sure. I saw that. But yeah, it's a rough race so far. That was a crazy first turn. Vodka went for a move. Vodka had a crazy launch, so he went for a move, it looked like. And then some incident happened between him and Pete there on that first turn, but camera angle was so bad from the starting line that I wasn't able to catch the incident that happened there in that first turn. So hopefully someone can send me a clip to that first turn so I can see what happened there during the highlight reel. I'm sure it was something crazy. I just didn't get a good angle on it, you know? But yeah, Benzo and Stoney going head-to-head here. Posting fastest laps on each other. This is crazy to see. Vodka's been moving his way up through the pack, though, now. Now that he's gotten past his teammate. He's up in 8th. He's just behind Gator here now. Vodka's definitely had the fastest climbs so far here. Now moving ahead of Gator in the first turn of lap 4. But messed up a little bit there. Oh my goodness. Gator gave him no room there whatsoever. Vodka and Gator went right into each other, and which completely spun Vodka. So now Vodka's progress has been completely reset. He's back in 14th now. Actually, 15th. Slavage going for the pass on him there too. So now Pete's in Vodka's position. Pete's up there now. He's behind Graybush. With Smoke just behind him. So I don't know if that's going to be a racing incident there between Vodka and Gator. It seemed like he just turned in as Vodka turned in. I don't know if that was any malice behind that. As Pete goes for the move on Graybush. Gets it nice and fairly. Goes a bit wide though. Just giving room for Graybush. But yeah, a lot of these guys still fairly bunched together though. A lot of stuff still up in the air. Smoke now just behind Graybush. As it looks like Slingshot has completely lost its Slingshot. Going right near the barrier there. This has been a rough race for Slingshot here so far. Gotta say. Holy cow. Yes, now Vodka's just right behind Slavage and Slim. Vodka's still in this. Benzo, I just missed it there, but Benzo has now lost the lead. First time this race, he's now lost the lead to Stoney. As it looks like Graybush has also made some mistakes there. He's now fallen down behind his teammate. So this has been a rough race for Red Bull so far. Lots of mistakes from the Red Bulls here so far tonight. Firewater's now moved up in the 4th though. He's capitalizing off of all these mistakes, I should say. Abrupt currently sitting in 3rd. He's Abrupt is sitting for his first podium. We were just talking before the race that Abrupt has still not had his first podium of the season. This could be Abrupt's first podium of the season. We'll have to wait and see. Whoever it is. Oh, we got some side-by-side there with the McLaren and the Alpine. Savage and Grey Ace going side-by-side there. Exciting stuff. Slim and Green was just behind Great Ace and Vodka going side by side there now. Vodka pulling ahead of Great Ace. Stoney again now taking back fastest lap. This man is so fast here. You can definitely see why he won here last season. His pace here is absolutely cracked, bro. Holy shit. Pete now is in 8th, just behind Gator, same position. Vodka's in before the incident with Gator happened. Let's see if Pete can have better luck here on this first turn with Gator than Vodka did. And he does. He pulls ahead of Gator. Gator losing a bit of rear traction there. As Abrupt is now... he's now lost that position to Firewater. Now Abrupt's almost losing it to Larry there as well. Oh my goodness. Must have made a mistake there that we didn't quite catch. Slim and Gator now going side by side. Gator's trying to pull ahead of Slim. But he has to brake there. He respects Slim. He brakes there. It's hard to catch everything. This has been such a crazy race so far. It's hard for me to catch everything that's been going on. Abrupt now losing another position to his teammate, Bad Madou. Abrupt was in 3rd. Now he's dropped all the way down to 6th. Crazy to see. Again, I imagine we won't see any pits for a while, but Great Ace has a spin there. Not a massive one, but still spin nonetheless. He drops down to 14th behind Greybush, who's trying to gain on Gator. Vodka victory now just behind Slavage. Wait to see if he goes for a move on Slavage here. Loses a bit of time on him on that turn, but we'll see if he can make a move on him here in this DRS zone. Coming up. Let's see what happens. He's moving up on him. He makes the move to the left on Slavage. They turn in. More close contact for Vodka on the first turn of this track. He's had it really rough on the first turn of the track so far this race. But Slim actually makes some mistakes. Slim drops down a couple places to 13th. He makes the errors there. Who should we hop on with here? It's just it's all over the place here. I'm hard time picking who to follow. Yellow in sector 2. I think that was Pete actually lost the position to the Alpha Tauri there. I knew it was one or the other. Pete lost the position to Smoke. He's in 8th currently, trying to recover his race after all that's happened. Another yellow. Greybush has spun again. He's dropped down to 14th. Still has yet to get his first points of the season yet so far here in PGR. And this is not looking good for him so far yet, this race. Abrupt, though, him and his teammate, this is looking like a good race for Williams so far, 5th and 6th here. He did fall down, though, from 3rd to 6th. Stoney going a bit wide there. Stoney loses the lead makes a mistake and loses the lead to Benzo. So Stoney's now dropped back down to 2nd. They've swapped places again. Larry currently sitting in 4th. He's trying to move his way up. He's gaining on Firewater here now. So this is some exciting stuff. But as always, trying to keep an eye. First pit of the race, Greybush has pitted. Slim has now lost a position to Great Ace. Great Ace has made the overtake on Slim. Bad Madou. We were just thinking about how good the Williams were doing. Bad Madou has spun. He's lost a bit of time there now. He's fallen behind his teammate. Still in 6th, though. So it wasn't too detrimental of a spin there. Benzo now has a little more than a second gain on Stony now. It's really set up to be a Benzo slice here win so far. You have another yellow though. Must have been someone going a little bit wide there. Currently closest gap right now we got is Vodka to Slavage here, with Pete just ahead of them. These guys here in the middle, all of them pretty close to one another. All of them trying their hardest. They're all just barely in the points here. It's crazy. These guys are all previous race winners, and they're all here at the back right now. After what happened earlier between Vodka and Pete, which I'm sure we'll see in a clip somewhere. Let's see. Looks like Badmadoo's lost it again. Now he's starting to have that trend. The past couple of races, Badmadoo has really been struggling. He had 2 podiums in a row at Baku in Spain, and ever since then, he's been really struggling. So now Badmadoo has dropped all the way down to 10th. That's position gain for everyone else in the top 10. So like I said, there's a train going on between Vodka, Slavage, and Pete right now. And Larry is also fairly close to Firewater, trying to move into the podium position. As you can see here, Vodka is gaining on Slavage now. He's waiting for his chance to make the overtake on Slavage. He's going in for it here. Ooh! He gets in the back of Slavage though. Slavage is able to recover it though. They do make contact, but Slavage does recover it. He doesn't lose control of the car. Side by side here with Vodka and Slavage. Oh, Vodka breaks a little later than Slavage yet. Makes a bit more contact with Slavage there again for the second time now. That's twice there. Oh, and Slavage goes completely wide off track there. He comes back, but this is going to be the perfect opportunity for Vodka to pass him. No quarter. So Vodka makes the overtake there. Lots of contact though, but gets it in the end on Slavage. Pulls ahead. Gator now decides to pit. We get our first penalty of the race. I believe Gator gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, and Gator actually retires. As Stoney is here going side by side with Benzo, trying to retake lead of the race. Yeah, so Gator has now retired from the race, unfortunately. So that's going to be it for the Alfa Romeo driver. I wonder what decided him to do that. I wonder what made him decide to make that decision to retire. At least he did it in a respectful way. He retired in the pits. We love to see that. So sorry what happened, Gator. You'll get him next week, or next race, I should say. We'll get him next race. As Stoney is still trying to retake the lead of the race from Benzo here. There's a bit of a battle going on at the front right now. First turn between Stoney and Benzo, and they're going side by side here. They're coming super close between these two guys, McLaren and the Mercedes. Lapped Doyle in between them. Stoney had him for a second, but Benzo got it back again. It looks like Great Ace loses a position. Slingshot there. But yeah, Benzo does take the lead again though. But it is extremely close between Stoney and Benzo here though. One mistake and the other guy will completely capitalize on this. This is a fight for the win here between these two guys. It's really exciting to see, so we're going to keep holding on with them for now. Great Ace has now gotten in the pits, though. He has pitted for his hards. So it looks like he is going... Most drivers here, it looks like they're opting for the one stop. Going from mediums to hards or hards to mediums to finish the race. Greybush has gone to the softs, though. But... yeah, it looks like Great Ace is going to the hards to finish the race, though. So we'll see exactly what he can do. Doyle now picks up a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lanes as well, though. Same as Gator earlier. As you can see here, Stoney is right close to Benzo again, though. Pete picks up fastest lap of the race so far, though. Nothing yet happening between these two guys at the front. Just keep an eye on what else is going on in the race. It seems that Slavich is still really close to Vodka. Oh, and he makes the move. Oh, he makes the move because Vodka spins. Vodka victory. Spins there, loses control, and is now dropped behind Slavich and Babadoo. He's currently sitting in 10th. So now he has more time to recover. As Smoke goes wide, Smoke messes up on that really difficult turn there. He goes wide, so he's now dropped behind Pete as well. Pete moves up into 6th. Pete has been on a bit of a run here so far. He had that, again, Pete had that really rough moment there with Vodka at the beginning of the race, which dropped him all the way to the back of the grid. But now Pete has recovered all the way back to 6th, as Stoney is now gaining on Benzo once again, looking to make the move on the right side. Will he get it on this first turn? Let's see. He got the better entry. Does he get the better exit? Yes, he does. Stoney has retaken the lead of the race from Benzo as Pete posts another fastest lap of the race. Babadoo has now gotten into the pits. We're currently almost halfway through this race. Haven't even had a chance to catch my breath here tonight. It's just been one thing after another. This race has just been absolute craziness. No safety cars yet, but still a lot of craziness as Babadoo and Vodka both decide to pit for their hards now, so that they can go the rest of the race on them. Which could give them the upper hand on everyone who's still on their mediums. Stoney trying to gain more time on Benzo, but Benzo is relentless here tonight. His first win was in Brazil for the season. Could this be his next win? We'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. As it looks like a Haas, yeah, Doyle having more issues there, unfortunately. Looks like his race is mostly over here now as well. A lot of the drivers building up a bit more of a gap here now, though. However, Benzo is starting to gain on Stoney. He's going to make the same move that Stoney made on him, except even more convincingly. Boom, Benzo retakes lead of the race again from Stoney. These two have just been going at it here tonight so far for this first half of the race. It's been a big battle between these two so far. As Abrupt decides to pit, which allows Pete and Smoke and Slavich, all these guys are all going to get past Abrupt now because he's pitted. Pete now moved up into 5th, but there is a big gap between him and the top 4. Larry's still just behind Firewater, where he's been for most of this race so far. And Stoney and Benzo have just been going at it from start to finish here. It's been a great race for the two of them. I hope it keeps up. Slingshot now pitting as well. As we have a yellow flag in Sector 2. Red Bull having issues there. Looks like Greybush losing more time. His race might be screwed here as well. Same thing with Great Ace. Great Ace really behind here. At the same time, getting a lot of time there. Because since Slingshot pitted for his fresh hards, but still, Gray's still fairly behind as well. Top guys are all fairly close though, as Babadoo loses a position to Vodka there. Makes the move. Stoney has now decided to pit as Great Ace receives a 3-second time penalty for warnings. Larry's going to move up now. Larry's still just behind Firewater. We're going to hold on with them. Pete is now just behind Larry. Pete's sitting in fourth, trying to push these hards. All three of these guys, Pete, Larry, and Firewater, trying to take the win from Benzo. And as such, they're trying to push these hards as far as they can. As Smoke also decides to pit for his hards. Slavage and Benzo, though, are still out on their mediums here tonight. So most guys have pitted, however, both Ferraris, Slavage, Larry, Firewater, and Benzo, none of them have pitted yet, though. Again, we're still just chilling with Larry here, waiting to see if he'll get his moment on Firewater as the top three drivers. Again, Pete is still like 9 seconds behind the top three. There's clearly a gap between top three and Pete. However, the top three, Benzo, Firewater, and Larry, are all pretty close to each other here now. As Larry is looking to make the move on Firewater now. After all this time, he finally does. He makes the move. Going into this first turn, he's now just behind Benzo. Pulls in ahead of Firewater in that DRS zone. As Pete posts another fastest lap of the race. Pete has been behind these guys, but at the same time, he is still gaining on them. He is posting fastest laps. As Slavage pulls into the pits, he does gain a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which, as I was going to mention earlier, can be pretty common on this track, considering how quickly the pit lane the pit lane comes really fast on this track. Like, you kind of just like pull into it right away. Like, there's no delay. You can just go shoot right in. So because of this, like, you gotta drop your speed really quick. So some of the guys obviously not dropping their speed quick enough, causing in these incidents. But again, Pete is gaining time. Now he's only 8 seconds behind the top three. Top three still really close to one another, all within a second of each other. So we're just holding on with the front now. Firewater is behind Larry. Benzo still leading the race, with 13 laps to go. Or really, I should say 12 laps to go. As Pete posts another fastest lap, this guy keeps beating his own times. He's like SpongeBob in that episode. He's like, hey, want to see me run around that rock? Want to see me do it again? That's what Pete's up to here tonight. He's still gaining time on the top three. So Pete, oh, he loses some time there though, but he gains it again. Oh, look at that gain. Oh, he's gaining time though. These guys making some mistakes. Pete is coming. But it's all going to change up once these guys pit anyway. Once these guys pit, everything's going to change. So that will be the real tell, is how far can these guys push their hard tires. Same thing with Benzo on the medium tires. Benzo really loves his medium tires. He's a big fan of them, as we saw in his race at Spain, where him and Vodka were like head to head for the win. Benzo loves his mediums. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can push these mediums far, or if he's going to push them too far, and then it's going to allow Firewater or Larry to come back on him. As Pete's now 6 seconds behind. Pete's been gaining like so much time on them. However, I just saw someone pull into the pits there. I think that was Doyle getting that pitting. Yeah. So there hasn't been too much going on at this point in the race. It's mostly just been the top guys have been really close at the front here. Everyone else has gotten pretty spread out. If you look, Slingshot and Great Ace and Slim still all out of the points. Vodka's still sitting in 9th. Bamadou had that fall back after his spins, unfortunately. Slavage in 8th. Smoke, though, has moved all the way up from the back of the grid to 7th. Good stuff to Smoke. All the way from last to 7th already in this first half of the race. Abrupt's had a really great showing so far. Even after his mistake, he's still in 6th. Stoney has fallen back a bit now, though. It looks like after his pit, as Stoney did pit before the other guys. So now Stoney is in 5th. But that will change. We'll see where Stoney ends up after Larry, Fire, and Pete all pit. We'll see what happens with them. As Yellow fighting Sector 1, looks like a Red Bull having trouble there. But yeah. Stoney has had a really great race so far. We'll see where he ends up once the other guys decide to pit. If he jumps back up into the top 2, or even at the lead of the race, since he's already pit. Stoney is already set for the rest of the race. Though Larry is making the move on Benzo here now. Similar to what Stoney was doing earlier, but Benzo's not giving up. Ooh. But he does it. Larry pulls ahead of Benzo. Leads the race for the first time since I think this is the first time since like Canada that Larry's led a race this season. It's a little bit of a confidence booster for him. He's up front again. Firewater also now trying to overtake Benzo. Trying to show him, both Fire and Larry trying to show Benzo that his medium tires are done. Benzo needs to pit. They are both trying to show Benzo that his medium tires are just not it now. Like, he's pushed them far enough. He's pushed them 18 laps. This is a hot track. His tires are getting worn out. They need to go. Look at Pete, for example. Pete is now only 2.5 seconds behind the top 3. Pete's just been gaining time on them this whole time on the hards. So we might see Benzo pit here this lap. This might be the time Benzo decides to pit. We'll have to wait and see. There's not much else going on though in the rest of the grid. There's not much movement going on. Everyone's pretty stagnant where they are. It's only really the guys at the front of the grid who still have to pit. And yep, after losing all those positions, Benzo Slice makes the right call, in my opinion. He decides to pit now. I think that was the perfect call for Benzo to make. And he goes to the softs. So, with Benzo's strategy, he goes from, because he pushed his mediums so far, he was able to go from the mediums to the softs. However, most of the guys have started on the mediums and have had to go have started on like one or the other. Most of the guys have either gone mediums to hards or hards to mediums, but Benzo, because he's pushed the mediums so far, have actually been able to go mediums to softs. So we'll see if that works out for Benzo, if that's able to get him the win here tonight. Who knows? Pete has now moved up in the third though. However, all 3 of these guys at the front, none of them have pitted yet. So we're going to see pits between Larry, Fire, and Pete here soon enough. There's only 9 laps left of the race. They are going to have to pit soon. You have to, by regulations, you have to pit at least once during the race. As Pete's teammate Slim picks up a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, this hasn't been a great race for Slim here so far. He had a lot of hopes going into this race, but unfortunately Slim has had it really rough here tonight. This has not been Slim's night here tonight at all. As Fire is now just behind Larry, he's looking to make some sort of move on him. Try to take lead. Both of these guys fairly close here now. Fire just behind Larry there. Oh, almost made contact with him. Now going side by side on the line. Nearly off track there. However, he does do it. What a great move from Fire there. What a risk. It was a risky play. It was a risky play, but it was a great move from Firewater there. Like this. how him and Larry just like completely respected each other there was great to see. As for some reason, as we can see here, for some reason Slavage has pitted again. He only went 5 laps on the softs, but Slavage has pitted again. So this could gain Vodka Victory a position here, it looks like. Yeah. And Badmadou. I don't know why Slavage had to pit again. I'm not quite certain. But Larry has lost the position to Firewater, so I don't know if he's going to decide to do the Benzo play here now. I don't know if Larry's going to decide to pit here soon as well. Badmadou is also now fairly close to Vodka. Less than a second from Vodka. Both of them fighting to get extra points for their team. As both Fire and Larry decide to pit, and Pete. Fire, Larry, and Pete all decide to pit at the same time. Crazy enough. All 3 of them. Fire and Pete go to the softs, but Larry goes to the mediums. I wonder why Larry went to the mediums. There's only a couple laps left. We'll have to wait and see. That might end up screwing over Larry here in the long run for these final few laps. Or maybe the mediums will work out. Who knows? But yeah, so the other guys on the softs. Stoney now leads the race again on his 7-lap old hards. He doesn't need to pit anymore. He's finishing on the softs. Like I said, these mediums, man. Larry spins. Larry has had such trouble with consistency here so far this season. He'll be in a good position and then he'll just spin. And that spin, I think, is going to cost Larry another podium here tonight. There's only 7 laps left, and Larry, after that spin, is currently in 5th on the mediums. He's lost position to the guys on the softs. Yeah, it's really not looking good for Larry here. I mean, he's had it rough. He's really been in his own head so far this season, I think. But his teammate Smoke has made a bit of a climb this race. He's now just behind Abrupt in the Williams. Abrupt's basically been sitting in 6th since his mistake earlier this race. Hasn't been much movement from him. Just been trucking. Vento now takes fastest lap with 1:42.5. Trying to get his own fastest lap this race. And Pete, fastest lap is mine. Smoke now gaining on Abrupt though. We're going to hold on and see if he gets it here. And I really have to use the washroom, guys, but this has been... I just can't take my eyes off the screen. There hasn't been any dull moments at all so far. As Smoke does get the move on Abrupt there, he moves up into 6th, just behind his teammate, Larry. Badmadou is also now fairly close to Vodka as well, both of them on the hards. Doyle picks up a penalty there. As you can see, like I said, Badmadou is just behind Vodka. Victory now, trying to move up closer to his teammate, Abrupt. Is trying to gain the position back from Smoke, though. Another yellow flag for the Haas driver. Doyle pits. It looks like we have a safety car. I don't know if it's a full safety car. No, it's a VSC. So it looks like that accident was just bad enough to cause a VSC there. So this is perfect. This gives me a chance to use the washroom. So 1 second, folks. I really got to use the washroom while this VSC is out. I'm back, folks. Sorry about all that. Really had to go to the washroom, but yeah. Perfect timing, though. There was, again, not a full safety car. It wasn't enough to cause a full safety car to come out. But, something did happen there. I see that Greybush has DNF'd. I don't know if that was the accident that caused this virtual safety car, or if that was just, yeah, I don't know if that was the accident that caused the virtual safety car, because to me it looked like it was Doyle. It looked like Doyle had something there that caused the VSC. But now Greybush has DNF'd as well. He's out of the race. So it's done for all these guys. So now under this safety car, Stoney, Smoke, and Abrupt have all pitted. Stoney previously had the lead of the race, and he's now given it up to pit under the safety car. I don't really know about that. I feel like that might be a Abrupt level, not Abrupt, I feel like that might be a Smoke at Canada level mistake, as now Stoney is in 4th. He might not even get podium now, unless he's really confident in himself that he can pull these positions back. But maybe he was more worried about losing time on the final laps on the hards, I guess. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting strategy call, as Slavage and Vodka have both pitted as well for softs. Everyone's going to be finishing the race here on the softs now after this. As we can see, yes, there was a safety car that came out. Originally, I thought it was a VSC, but it looks like a full safety car came out due to Greybush DNFing. Greybush still yet to get a point here in PGR. I will continue to bring that up and annoy him until he gets his first points as a bit of motivation. As now, Pete is currently holding. We're back at the beginning of the race. After all this, Pete dropped all the way to the back, and now Pete has hopped all the way to the front once again. It was a tight battle for most of the race between Benzo and Stoney, and then Larry and Firewater, and now Stoney and Firewater have pitted, and now they're behind Larry, who's on mediums, and Benzo and Pete, who are at the front. So, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see what happens here with these final couple laps. But the safety car is still out, though, now for another lap. So, I believe it'll be in this lap, and then the final 3 laps of the race will be good to go. And it is going to be absolute mayhem between these top 5 drivers here for the win, I would imagine. Yeah, I still don't know what I think about Stoney pitting like that. I don't know what I think about Stoney. I mean, I guess he kind of had to, because otherwise he'd just get blown out by these guys in the softs. A really unfortunate safety car for Stoney, if you think about it. He was leading the race. Like, just think about it for a second. Stoney was leading the race on the hards. He had no reason to pit for the rest of the race. He was set in a position to win, and then the safety car came out and just completely ruined his plans. Again, if it was anyone but, I trust Greybush's integrity, though. If it was someone else, I would say it's another Benzo Slice PayPal service, but nah, this seems legitimate to me. Coming into the first sector now, let's see if we get the notification about the safety car coming in. That would be nice if it's going to come in, or instead of going another lap. I hope it's not going another lap. I really hope it's not going another lap. So far, it looks like it is. Yeah, you gotta love safety cars, right? I mean, they shake things up, but yep, safety car is in. Alright, so we got 3 laps left. No more fucking safety cars. Let's go. It's going to be a restart here. Firewater's just behind Stoney now. Pete's leading the race, but he got Benzo and Larry just behind him. And here we go. Already several positions being lost. Badman and Vodka dropping down. Great Ace moving up a little bit. Slingshot moving up there. Big movement. Not much more movement at the front, but Great Ace. Vodka, they're going completely wide there, but still loses the position to Great Ace. Slavage and Smoke going at it here now. Get them side by side. These same guys as Brazil. Both get extremely close once again. Yellow flag in Sector 1. The Red Bull Vodka victory has completely lost it now. It's looking like it's going to be a no points finish for Red Bull here tonight. As Alpine and Williams go head to head here. Babadoo pulling ahead of Slingshot. Abrupt also dropping ahead of Slavage. Alpine and Williams clearly rivals here this season so far. As Stoney is just behind Larry Turd now. Pete's still leading the race though. Over 1.5 seconds on Benzo. I don't know how this happened. I don't know how Pete just like pulled the wind back like that. There you look. Safety car as Stoney just hits right into the back of Larry. What was that? What was that, man? Oh, that was a... So now Stoney and Larry, who have been in the front for pretty much this entire race so far, have now just dropped completely to the back. And it wasn't even Larry's fault. That's the saddest thing. It wasn't even Larry's fault. Guys, as we can see, there's lots of cars here close together here. Going into the front now. Alpine, Williams, Smoke, Firewater in the Haas. Smoke is looking to make a move on Abrupt here now. He pulls ahead of him on the second last lap of the race. Slim is getting lapped. His race is basically over. Vodka spun earlier. His race is nearly over. However, Great Ace loses it there. This might be the chance for Vodka to possibly move back into the points. And Bad Madoo loses it. That's two guys who spin. So yes, Vodka is going to move back into the points there. Smoke now currently sitting in 5th. Like I said, he's pulled ahead of Abrupt once again. Pete now holds lead of the race going into the final lap here now. Smoke does want to gain another position though on Slavage, the person who screwed him over last race, or like 2 races ago on Brazil. He wants to get it back. Both of them fairly far away from Firewater though. I don't know if they're anywhere close to getting a podium position, but yeah. He's going for it though. He's going to go for it here in this DRS zone though. Pete takes back fastest lap of the race from Benzo. DRS is now re-enabled for the final lap of the race. Smoke and Slavage going head to head here once again. Smoke pulling ahead. Larry pulling ahead of Slingshot. Fortunately, Larry is able to gain some positions back after that incident with Stoney. Larry currently sitting in 7th on the final lap. Slavage now just behind Smoke, like we said. Yellow flag in Sector 1. It looks like Badmadoo has lost it again. It was almost a no points finish for Red Bull. It's been a really rough race for Red Bull here tonight. Smoke now has gone all the way from the back of the grid to 4th. It's been quite the drive here for Smoke. From the back of the grid up to 4th. You gotta give props to him, man. On track, he's not even a fan of. Oh, Stoney! Stoney again having another incident with Vodka, it looked like. Another incident for Stoney. Like, what's just happened? Oh, man. It's been such a rough season for Stoney so far. This is a track that he clearly had pace at. And now he's basically retired from the race. On the final lap, man. What's going on? As Pete the Newfie crosses the line, Pete the Newfie is your race winner here in Bahrain out of nowhere. Stoney, who was leading the race for a lot of laps, this race is disqualified from the session. Holy smokes, man. Oh, that's so rough for Stoney. Like, what happened? He just... I don't... Like, I get... If there was no safety car, I think that was clearly a Stoney win if there was no safety car. But safety car came out, he decided he had to pit. And then he just broke way too late and hit right into the back of Larry and almost ruined Larry's race as well. Larry probably would have finished almost on podium. But instead, because of that incident... But good stuff to Larry, though. He was still able to recover back into 6th after all that nonsense. Slavage finishing in 5th. His teammate... What a recovery for the Alpine drivers. They started at the back at the beginning, and both Alpine drivers finished 5th and 7th. Slavage and Slingshot this race. Good stuff to them. Smoke starting all the way at the back, finishing in 4th. Again, just outside of that coveted podium position. Smoke still waiting on that podium. Still hasn't gotten it. But our podium tonight is Pete the Newfie with Ferrari, Benzo in 2nd in the McLaren, and Firewater. Another podium for Firewater this season. That's 2 podiums in a row for Firewater now. Firewater clearly back in form, in my personal opinion. The game is going to give driver of the day to Smoke. I'm going to have to agree. About that. That is a good shout. That is a good shout, giving driver of the day to Smoke. You know. As we step up to the podium now, though, we have Pete the Newfie at the front. I can see the game giving driver of the day to Smoke. It makes sense. He went from back of the grid to 4th. You gotta give props to that on a track he's not even a fan of. But Pete the Newfie also went from that incident at turn 1. Pete also went from back of the grid and won the race. So I don't know. I think it's really tight for driver of the day between... I think for driver of the day it comes down between Smoke and Pete. And I don't know about that. If you're watching the YouTube VOD, or you're watching the YouTube highlights, I'll put in the description who got driver of the day after. But it's actually going to be a tough decision for who deserved driver of the day there between Smoke and Pete. I'm going to have to ask for some extra opinions. This is definitely a close call here between... It's an exceptional drive for Pete and Smoke. Both of them pulling off exceptional results that no one expected out of nowhere. Biggest disappointment of the night definitely was that incident there with Stoney. He had such a great race. I honestly believe if there was no safety car, Stoney would have won that race on his hard tires. But that's just like that. You go from leading the race to disqualified. It's really sad to say, but yeah. But before we conclude the stream, we're going to get Pete, Benzo, and possibly Firewater. Might not get Firewater, depends what crossplay, but we'll try to at least get Pete and Benzo in here for a post-race interview. Alright, let's get Benzo in here now. Invite Fire's Xbox account. If he doesn't join, he doesn't join. It's all good.
I think Fire's hopping off.
Okay. That's okay. You guys got your audio included. That's good. That's good. Pete, we'll start with you, I guess, then. Good stuff to you, man. That's crazy. Did not expect you... I mean, you had the pace here. You were constantly setting fastest laps, but I did not expect you to win here tonight. It kind of came out of nowhere, especially after... Can you give me some insight there? Because EA sucks fucking... Because EA sucks absolute fucking cock and can't give me a good starting line camera angle. Can you let me know what happened there in the first lap with you and Vodka? What happened on that first turn?
Yeah, buddy. We went side by side in that corner. I think it was almost 4 wide between me, Vodka, Benzo, and Stony. And I went to the outside, obviously, like you would for the braking zone, and I turned in tight. But I thought Vodka was ahead of me, but I didn't see the arrow, right? So I turned in, and unfortunately, his left rear was there, and I felt so fucking bad. I clipped his rear end, and I spun him around. So if there's any penalties come my way, you're gonna hear it on stream. Any penalties that come my way, I'll take it. So I'll totally take fault for that incident because it was obviously my fault. It was on camera.
But I don't think anyone I think Vodka must have clearly had a really good launch for him to, because he was in 4th, so for him to be up there with you guys on that first turn, he clearly had a really good launch too.
He did.
So that's kind of sad to see. I think the saddest thing of that race though is what happened. I think if there's any other incident to report this race, it's between Stony and Larry there. Stony was leading, him and Benzo were going at it hard for most of that race, and then Stony broke way too late there and hit right into the back of Larry and kind of ruined Larry. Larry might have had a podium there if it wasn't for Stony, so I think that might be an incident there. Or it might just be wrote off as a racing incident, but I don't know. That was kind of rough there for Larry. He kind of got trolled there, in my opinion, but what do I know? But yeah, so Peter, one other question I got for you before I talk to Benzo is I'm having a hard time deciding driver of the day between you and Smoke, since Smoke came from back to 4th and you came from that incident to win. I mean, if there's a race...
After that incident, I waited for Vodka to go because I just wanted him to get ahead of me. After that, I just felt so bad and I just let him go like he would. So I was really in last after his first 2 corners.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to decide driver of the day between you and Smoke, man. It's Smoke doesn't even like this track, and he went from last to 4th. So I don't know, man. It's a tough call there, I think.
I don't know if you caught it, but I think it was around the midpoint of the race, and first half of sector 2, I did have a little spin there, which compromised
I caught
about
that,
10 seconds.
This is why I kind of want to give driver of the day to Smoke, because he had such a clean race. He wasn't really involved in any incidents.
That's right.
He went from last to 4th. So I guess I'll give driver of the day to Smoke. I'll have that in the description of the highlight reel. But yeah, driver of the day to Smoke. Good stuff, buddy. I think Smoke's leading driver of the days now. No bias at all. But yeah, Benzo, you also had a really solid performance there, man. You were going back and forth with Stony there. I was really enjoying the back and forth between the two of you guys there for most of the race. You were setting a lot of fast laps for the majority. I think Pete got the final one there, though. How'd you feel about your race tonight, man?
Hey man, it was good. But at the end there, towards because I was hoping for a safety car a lot earlier, so it could hold my mediums, right? So I could,
of course,
have those soft, like, because I could pit like around lap 21, 22, but goddamn, no safety cars. So at one point I was like, hey yo, 75%, that was too much. I had to pit because I was losing all the time, and in corners at one point I just had to let Fire and Larry go because I just wasn't there. I couldn't keep the pace, so I was like, instead of holding them, I'm just gonna let them go. And then I pitted, and then like 2-3 laps after that, I see safety car, and I saw this. I saw the dummy that Pete tried to pull on me, trying to go in a pit.
Yeah, you saw that, did you?
I was like, not me, bro, not me. I ain't fall for that shit. So I was like, shit, goddamn, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just stay straight, and I see him coming back. I was like, god damn.
Well, hey, did you see how late the safety car came in?
Oh man.
That was so late.
Weird,
So I had to run to the washroom, guys. I thought it was a VSC because there was no fucking safety car. So I was like, oh, it's VSC. It'll be a lap or so. I'll run to the washroom. I'll come back. And then I came back and there was a full safety car. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, crashed, and the safety car came at like the last minute. My tires were so cold, so I had to leave so heavily to warm them up.
I think what happened was, I think Doyle caused a VSC, and then Tats crashed, which caused the full safety car. That's what I think happened.
I think there's
No,
a
it
lot
was
between the
fire.
VSC.
The fire caused the VSC because he was right behind me, and then
Yes.
he like pushed it too much on the gas, went straight to the wall, like boom. I was like, God damn! I thought he was dead,
Yes.
but he came
Yeah,
back.
fire caused it. He crashed right in front of me. And then there's that lap between the VSC and the safety car. And Pat's
man,
crashed.
I'm so sad for Stoney, bro. He had such pace here, man. Like, this
He
is one
did.
of his best tracks. I could see why he won here last season, man. Like, he had such a great showing here tonight, and then for just to get disqualified from the session, man, was like really sad to see.
What?
To be honest.
You got disqualified?
Yeah, man. He didn't get any points at all, bro. Like, yeah, he pitted. If that safety car hadn't come out, I think he would have won. I think it would have been you or him, Benzo, who would have won here tonight. If that safety car hadn't come out. Like, that's crazy. So, yeah, if there's anyone to blame, Stoney is going to hop in Tats' DMs. But, bro, Benzo, you were saying about your safety car with the mediums. I don't know if you saw the highlights for Brazil, but hey man, you can't PayPal everyone, bro. Not everyone's gonna accept your $50, bro. You gotta live with it sometimes, man.
Hey, bro, I was
happens.
scared, bro. I was scared, bro.
See, this is what Pete deals with. This is what Pete dealt with all of last season, bro.
Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
That's what it is, bro. That's all it is.
Karma.
But you've come back to form though. I know you had a rough race last weekend at Austria.
Oh yeah.
So this is a return to form. And to be fair, it seems like Fire is getting his fire back. No pun intended. It seems like he's coming. It seems like Fire is coming back into form here now too.
Yes.
So,
that's what we need.
You need to
That's
stay
what
in
we need,
hotel
man.
rooms more often, Benzo.
Yeah, that was a good performance for Hotel Room. For anyone who doesn't know, Benzo was playing from a fucking hotel room tonight and still got second.
I guess his PayPal don't work in a hotel room.
Nah, me, but bro, I have to admit, the internet here is trash. I was lagging all over the place, missing shifts, steering wheel hitting like straight left or right. I was like, God damn, man, I can't even play. For real,
That's what happened, bro. That's what happened, bro. It buffered the transaction between you and Greybush's PayPal. It took forever to send, bro.
Must be so uncomfortable in that seating position as well in a chair.
Oh, bro, I'm sitting on the fucking like those dining chairs. Wow, bro, just forget it. It was just bad. But I'm still impressed how I was able to keep it like that long on track.
I think if there's one other group of guys to shout out tonight before we close out the stream, I think it's the Alpine drivers of Slavage and Slingshot. They started really far behind, and they finished the race in 5th and 7th after, so that was a good turnaround. That was a good turnaround for the two of them. And I think Slim definitely not going to be too happy with himself. I think he was definitely expecting points here tonight, and
he didn't get points. What?
No, it was a rough race for Slim. I don't know what happened, but he kind of just couldn't get anywhere the whole race. Unfortunately, that's how it be sometimes. But nah, that was so. Hopefully, someone can set. I'm sure Vodka might have the clip from the start of the race. Hopefully, he can send me the clip for the highlight reel from the start, so I can get an actual good angle on that 4 wide. Thing, the first turn you were
I have it as well, so I'll send it to you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see too, bro.
So I don't know what it is, but fucking EA or Codemasters, they make it so like when the lights go out, like first of all, on a lot of these tracks, it's not giving me like a front-on angle of the lights. It's from like behind the lights, and then the lights go out, and it's not even like, it doesn't like, oh, jump to the front. Like, no, I'm still watching you guys like in the background. Like it's so weird on the when the lights go out, man. You can't even get a good angle in this game. I don't know what it is, but it's rough. But anyways, guys, both of you had another good race. Similar to this was similar. It felt like you at Brazil, Benzo. You kind of didn't make any mistakes here tonight again at all.
Yeah, I didn't make any mistakes, but I was towards the end there The tires were like so done. I couldn't hold it on the track. Really, well, it was on the track, but not with the pace. That was.
Yeah, no, you made the right pit call. That was the perfect. Yeah, you had to pit there. That was the perfect instance to get off those mediums, in my opinion. I think you played all your cards right tonight. I think Peter, you should be really happy that you won here tonight, because I did not expect you to win here tonight at all. Kind of almost didn't want you to. I kind of wanted Stoney to be another new race winner here tonight, but he kind of fucked the front.
That instant turn one, I don't know.
Yeah, he kind of. So I don't know what's gonna happen there. I don't know if you'll get penalized for that or what the fuck. I don't know if it'll just be like a back of the grid penalty for Imola. I don't know what the fuck that'll be.
I kind of think, like, no disrespect. I feel like it's kind of like a recent incident. Like, I mean, it happens, but
I mean,
it does. Yeah, there have been worse.
There
have been worse incidents that have happened. Yeah.
We'll have a chat about it, Perry.
Love to chat. But anyways, guys, thanks for joining me for this post-race interview, as always.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you guys will join me for more post-race interviews.
Oh yes.
So coming up, we're taking a week off next weekend. So Slingshot can go deal with his business, and me and Peter can get loaded.
Fucking great, buddy. Let's go. We're staying up.
And yeah, Marina Bay. Let's fucking go. And so we're taking the next weekend off, and then we'll be back the following weekend on Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Imola, a track everyone loves for the most part. And yeah, that's been it for tonight, folks. I'm your host, Sidonia Muse, and I will see you all 2 weeks from now at Imola.
Sir.